Another video in very short succession because I had extra footage I couldn't fit in the previous one because it just turned into a monster, getting the last footage from Vietnam. This one includes my apartment, the Song apartment tour, and also the down market room that I was sent to because I wanted a late checkout. And it can give you a nice comparison between the two. It's quite stark, actually. Yesterday, I sort of had a go at Starmer, who I think is a total train wreck of a Prime Minister. But I've got to say the Conservatives were absolutely abysmal as well. They did nothing about immigration. They just let people come in their droves. They were terrible. The UK is just so poorly governed. They really need strong leadership, and I hope Nigel Farage eventually becomes PM because I think they need someone like him to steady the ship. It's just very sad. I wouldn't even want to go to that country at the moment because there's a lack of free speech and riots in the street. It's just not an attractive place to go to. So I hear it's just wonderful. The weather's perfect again. We've got a state election coming up very soon, and it looks as though Mr. Miles will be out on his arse, and a federal election next year. So it's all happening. But you know, I just think democracies are really being undermined by governments like the UK government. Just ignores the wishes of the electorate. Both Conservative and Labor seem to be turning their noses up at what the actual public want. And in America, you've got Kamala, who's basically just trying to lay low and not expose herself to the public because she's going to make a fool out of herself. And she talks in the most inane generalities, and it's just pathetic. But that's not democratic. He's not putting himself forward. And I want to give a shout out to the Ukrainians for their innovation. I mean, necessity is the mother of invention. And because mobs like the Democrats in America who supported Ukraine financially, but they put these caveats on the use of long-range weapons. So the Ukrainians have just said, stuff that, we'll just develop our own, and that's what they've done. They've developed a jet-powered drone which can go, I think, around 500 kilometres. And they've also got a ballistic missile which can go several thousand kilometres. Now, these are game changers because a lot of the attacks are now taking place from areas in Russia that they can't get to with the equipment that they've been given by the West. So I think, good luck to them. Real gutsy effort, and probably they're the best army in the world right now because they've been under siege for so long. We could probably learn a lot from the Ukrainians when it comes to innovation and adaptation to situations. So gutsy effort, and I hope that they prevail in the long term. But anyway, look, this is just basically to get to finally get the last footage from Vietnam trip. I'll give that to you now, and of course, the usual thing, if you could please subscribe. There was one subscriber since the last video, so that's something. It's only 24 hours, so I'm grateful for that. And but 81 subs to go, as you can see on the screen there. That's what's left before I hit the magic 1,000. So dig deep, push that button if you feel so inclined, and give me a comment and thumbs up or thumbs down. It doesn't matter. Just keep the algorithm happy. We all live by the algorithm these days. Anyway, I hope you enjoy the little tour of my apartment in District 7 in Saigon, Vietnam. Welcome to the latest accommodation I've had overseas. This is District 7 in Ho Chi Minh City, Saigon. The name of the place is Song Apartments, and it's in a good location in that's right next to where the supermarket is, the Win Mart, which is a decent sized supermarket. Not the biggest one around, but it's got plenty of stuff at a reasonable price, so found it quite handy. It's a couple of minutes walk and that's it, you're there. So this is the kitchen area, as you can see, a decent sized fridge, decent sized freezer and fridge, and you've got the preparation area here. There's a hot plate. Now, I've never used one like this that actually only activates if you put something with weight on it, like a saucepan or whatever. It's the only time that it actually activates. So luckily I worked that one out, and I got myself a bit of cooking done. I only did about 3 meals, I think, of the water spinach, but I did buy quite a bit of. I've got a stack of fish oil and soy, and there's olive oil, which is not cheap over here, plus a crap load of garlic. I couldn't get anything smaller, so I've got a surfeit of food there. I'm going to just leave. I mean, there's no point in me taking it, and I wouldn't be able to bring it back into Australia anyway. There's a microwave there as well, and a kettle. I haven't used either of those. There's a balcony there that goes out just basically where the aircon is, but it's good for drying clothes. It's only a small balcony. You could actually put a chair out there if you wanted to. I mean, the view's not bad. There's some quite reasonable looking buildings in the area. So, but mainly I was hanging stuff from the handle there, and the outside bit, and that basically dries stuff really quickly. So there's a little kitchen table as well, and I asked them if they could supply me with a water bottle, because I didn't want to have to keep going back and forward to the supermarket carrying bloody water. So yeah, they did that, and I've just basically keep decanting it from there into a water bottle, which I cooled down. So that worked fairly well. Here's the bedroom area, the living area. The bed was comfortable enough, but God, they did it on the cheap. It did break once or twice because it just got boards underneath. But the other thing is, there's no real mattress. It's just a foam mattress. That's all it is. So that's actually foam there. So if you're a bit finicky about your sleeping, you may not like that. There's a couple of drawers on the side, which is good. It's actually quite a nice space though, because you've got a really good view outside, as you can see. So I quite like that. And it's not particularly noisy, even though there are a couple of late night venues in this particular region. So that's positive. Now, another thing that's positive is that I brought my HDMI cable, and I was able to hook it up to the video screen here, and that worked perfectly well. I couldn't get any TV stations anyway when they had the original hookup. So at least I'm getting some use out of it. So that's similar to the other apartment that I was staying at in this particular area. Now, down here, you've got this piece of furniture. It's okay if you really need that storage, but apart from that, it's pretty damn useless. And there's the just the street view down there. It's quite a nice area. And what was the other thing I was going to mention? Lighting's all pretty standard. What's one? No, just something. But I actually can air it. You can also air out the place. There's actually a handle there on the window, and you can swing it open. So, and that's an issue with this place. Is immediately when I walked into it, I noticed a sort of a musty, mouldy smell. You don't notice it after a minute or so, or even less. But yeah, it was a bit off-putting initially. I'm trying to think what that other point was, but it just left. It's an annoying when you've got something you know you want to say and I can't remember. Anyway, here's the bathroom area, and the bathroom's okay. I didn't like the toilet seat because it kept falling forward. That was a bit of a pain. But, I love the old bum gun. I've used that many times. The shower is actually just a standard type of shower, but the water pressure's low, and you expect that here, and you have to wait a minute or so to get hot water. But it's a gigantic shower recess area. So, and they do supply they supply the shampoo, and I don't know if that's conditioner or whatever. I use it on my hair anyway, the one that looks like a conditioner on the left. I wish they had something to put, a shelf to put those on though. It's a bit annoying, you have to always bend down to get it. But apart from that, yeah, it's quite functional. It's certainly one of the better showers I've had when I've stayed over here. So that's basically it. Oh, you want to bring attention to this bizarre. Get this toothpaste. I don't know what the marketing is, but it's called Dali. This was the toothpaste that I bought locally, and I don't know. Is that a black and white minstrel? I'm not sure. What is it to emphasise the whiteness of this stuff? I don't know. It's a weird bit of marketing anyway. So I just wanted to mention that little quirk. And that's basically it. There's a bit of cupboard space down there with you've got a few things to cook with. The utensils aren't too bad. And you've got plenty of cupboard space here. And, they're reasonable size cupboards. And you've got plenty of hangers. So, and I mean, of course, there's even more space up there. It'd be great for a family because you've got a crap load of storage here. But yeah, look, I mean, I wouldn't stay here again because of that smell. Just mainly, the smell doesn't put me off so much. I'm just worried that if it is mouldy, it could be a health issue. But the other thing is, they'll do your washing. They'll take your washing and you put it in this basket here, and they'll take it away and wash it. But it takes almost 2 days to get your washing back. But yeah, look, apart from that, it got cleaned about twice a week, and that was all fine, reasonably thorough. And that's about it, basically. It didn't cost that much, but you get what you pay for, I guess. It's a little over 1,000 Australian for about 30 nights, so it's it's pretty reasonably priced, but I'll probably be looking for something else, I think, in the future in the area. I did see a place that had a balcony area that looked really good, an open balcony area, but it's a bit closer to the main highway, so that's the only downside. But that's basically my little review of Song Apartments on the 3rd floor. Oh, that's the other thing I've got to... Yes, I'm going to have to take my bag right down about 3 flights of stairs as well. There's no lift here. That's the other thing I need to mention. So that's basically it. Well, this is an interesting exercise. You can actually look at, give you an opportunity to check out one of their cheaper rooms, because this is 001 on the 1st floor. And they've just put me in here to give me somewhere to just stay until I call for a taxi. So it's... it's pretty basic, and the loo's really low. The ceiling on the loo and the lighting and everything, and it's got a really crappy view. So you get what you pay for. I'm sure this is extremely cheap, and probably good for Vietnamese and what have you. I don't know how much they charge for it, but I'm sure it's. Yeah, look at this view. Oh, God, it'd be depressing to stay in. I mean, I know people do this, and Westerners do it, and they'll stay in places like this just to save money. I can understand if you're young, but at my age, I just want a little bit better than that. And, the room upstairs may not be the Taj Mahal, but at least it's got a nice view. This one would be okay, you could live it, but you'd still get people walking past all the time, so that's the other downside of it. So, yeah, but they've given me a chance to just see what one of the basic ones is like, and it's a big difference. But, that's about running a business, isn't it? You want to provide a few options. So there you go. Now, I don't know, I might just only hang around here for an hour. I think I'll probably get The taxis are going really cheap at the moment. They're only going to 60,000, and I might just go and get one in about an hour's time, and that'll be it. I'll be out of here.